I would like to provide you with a brief overview of the first four management areas of specialization. The first one is administrative management major. This particular area of specialization would equip students with the competencies, the skills and abilities and the knowledge required to manage the administrative staff within the organization. This includes the supervision and the motivation of administrative personnel. It also looks at the way to recruit administrative staff, the selection process, and the training and development function as well. It also will examine the records management, business communication, information technology, and information management in the administrative function. Some of you may have come across case studies that look at the call center, for example, and where there tends to be a high turnover rate among staff within the call center. If this particular function is not managed properly, then turnover rate tends to be really high, and it can be very costly for the organization in terms of retention and training and developing new staff into the organization. So this particular area of specialization would be suitable for individuals who would like to work in an administrative role as an administrative manager, administrative office manager, records manager, or as an administrative assistant. The second area of specialization is management and leadership. This particular major would be suitable for individuals who would like to be in a position of influencing employees in the organization, subordinates, as well as their own boss. So, there'll be opportunities to understand how to manage not only your own career, but also how to manage upward or managing your own boss. Some of the topics that will be covered as part of this area of specialization includes looking at individual personalities, attitudes, how to motivate employees, not only at the individual level, but also at the group. And at the organizational level, there will also be an opportunity to look at the organization structure, the organizational culture, training and development, which is people development, the management of knowledge, and in the international context, how to manage the business operations effectively, as well as managing the change process. Individuals who aspire to become an excellent manager would find that this particular area of specialization would provide them with those kind of competencies required to be a successful and effective manager. And there are opportunities to work in not only the public and the private sector, but also other industries in a management role or in a leadership position. The third area of specialization is human resource management major. This particular area of specialization is one of the most popular majors within the School of Management and Marketing. And individuals who are interested in particular in working in the human resource function within an organization, examining how to forecast the demand for and supply of employees, not only for next year, but perhaps down the road in the next 5 or 10 years, would find that this particular area of specialization would be suitable. Other topics that will be covered in the HRM or human resource major would include human resource planning, recruitment, selection, performance evaluation, training and development, as well as career development. And the other topics also will look at how to manage employment relations, workplace, health and safety issues, and managing organizational change. Students may have come across, for example, in the news, companies that might have downsized a couple of times. Large organizations do that. The first time it doesn't work, they've laid off so many staff in the organization. The second time, hoping to reduce more staff, but again find that they haven't been able to reduce the cost to a level where they find the company is effective, and they end up actually losing human capital. Some organizations may not manage this properly and end up having a labor shortage as opposed to a labor surplus. So these are some of the issues that will be examined in the human resource management major. And there are some interesting career opportunities here to work in particular in the human resource function in organizations, including as an HR officer, employment officer, training officer, or industrial relations officer, safety and welfare officer, as well as a human resource manager. The fourth area of specialization, which, as Heather mentioned earlier on, is proposed to commence in 2010. This is the International Business major. This is a new area of specialization offered through the School of Management and Marketing. And this particular area of specialization would be suitable for individuals aspiring to become a global manager, wanting to understand how to manage operations across different cultural contexts. There are some research studies have shown that managers who are successful in the domestic context might not necessarily be successful in an international arena. So the skills required to be a successful manager in the domestic operations do not necessarily transfer to the international context. And that's an important competency required of global managers who operate effectively. So some of the topics covered in the international business major includes international management, looking at the business strategy of the organization in the global context, as well as international relations and how politics can influence the international operations of the business organization. Because after all, when organizations operate overseas, whether they are multinational organizations, they will be operating within the constraints of the rules and regulations of that particular country. And those are some of the challenges that international managers will need to deal with. There will be opportunities for students to also take a number of electives. In addition to completing a course in international marketing, they will have the opportunity to take a course in international finance and contemporary issues in Asia, as well as Australian foreign operations. Opportunities that are available include working in the multinational firms, government departments, international organizations such as the United Nations, UNHCR, as an export manager in an export company. So those are some of the career opportunities available for the international business major. Those are the first four areas of specializations. I will now hand over to Karen, who will cover the remaining areas of specializations. Thank you.